We prepared for problems, but Blanca surprised every one of us. Even with long, neglected hooves, she stayed calm, kind, and willing.
Guys, some of you went with me to go get the two horses. The little colt that had lost its mom, and then the Perlino, I think she's called. The one with blue eyes and white. Well, we're gonna call her Blanca, which means white in Spanish. And she's got some things that need to be fixed, but she's a cute little thing. Let me show you Blanca, and let's see what we can do to help make her healthy and happy and get her to a forever home. Well, guys, this is her right here, and she's got dreadlocks. She's got her hair all matted and tangled. So that's gonna take some work to get all that fixed, cleaned up. I just dewormed her, and I wanna thank Patricia and Sylvia and TJ, all three of them. They just recently sent dewormers, which is such a blessing. You can tell she has worms, just that her hair just does not look healthy. It feels like sheep's wool instead of horse hair. And she's thin. She's had diarrhea. She does have a real long tail once we get it all cleaned up. But she also has super long hooves. The ones in the front aren't too bad. I mean, they're bad, but they're not extremely bad. But the ones in the back, to me, look worse than the front. So I'm not gonna get it all done today, but I wanted to introduce you to Blanca, and let's see what we can do to help make her healthy and happy and provide her a forever home. Hello friends, today I'm just gonna kind of show you what I go through in my mind and what has to happen when we get a new rescue horse in. And I'll take you along, and hopefully you'll like what I do. If not, maybe you have some kind suggestions you could give me. But let's check out the horse that I'm gonna call Blanca. Blanca means white in Spanish, and she's very white. She's a cremello. She's got the blue eyes, and she's pretty white. So tell me what you think. So guys, this is Blanca. The good thing about her is she's relatively gentle. I'm able to walk up to her after a little bit and put a halter on her, and she leads pretty good. So that's all really good. But she's very thin. She's got really long hooves that have been neglected and probably never done in her life. And so the first thing I do with a horse is kind of just see, okay, what do they need help with? It's kind of like buying a fixer-upper house. Some people may not like that analogy, but that's kind of how I look at it. I'm like, okay, what needs to be done? So because she's thin, and like I say, the fact that she's already kind of gentle, that's huge. Because that can take lots of time. So I'm super excited that she's kind of gentle. But because she's thin, one of the first things we'll do is deworm them. And so we'll get her dewormed. And thanks to those of you that have contributed through our Amazon wish list. We cannot thank you enough. You're just awesome. But before I even deworm them, a lot of times, depending on when I get them to the house or whatever, just starting to feed them a consistent regimen of hay and clean water. And I know that should just be normal for every horse, right? But it's sad that there's a lot of horses out there that have not been being fed consistently morning and night. They're not getting proper amounts of hay. So I just feed a alfalfa grass mixture, and I just start feeding them consistently morning and night. And then, like I say, we'll deworm her right now, and the next thing I notice is she definitely needs some grooming. Look at this, her hair is in knots, and it's a little harder this time of year. This morning was probably 28 degrees, but we're down to 17 a few days ago. So I don't like to bathe them this time of year. It's just, I'm always afraid I'm gonna make them sick. So this time of year I don't bathe my horses, but I'm going to try to get those knots out. Some people don't like a bridle path, but I kind of like to cut a little bridle path just so there's a place for the halter to lay that doesn't mat down the hair right there. So if we can get her feet done today when Ray shows up, if I can get her dewormed and get her mane kind of cleaned out, she'll be well on her way to finding her forever home, because she is cute. She's a 2-year-old, and she's gentle and sweet, and she is actually the half sister, at least, to a Neo or Shevlin that Blake had. Comes out of the same mare. I got her from the same people, so let's do this. Now, the same people who sold me Blanca asked if I'd bring their stallion into town because he's going to be castrated, and there's a good chance he is the sire to Blanca, and he's gorgeous, guys. His name's Chevy, and he's a big pretty horse. So I don't know if he's the sire, but there's a good chance because he's one of the stallions that's been running with that herd out there. So wanted you to at least get a look at him because I think he's really pretty, and the appointment to have him castrated is gonna happen today too. So let's work on Blanca, guys. Guys, what do you think? If I didn't have a cold and if I had a good voice, I could sing that country song. Oh, how she sparkles and oh, how she shines. Just kidding. But man, she has a pretty mane and tail. Put your head up. Look at that, guys. So now I'll work on her tail a little bit, and then hopefully the Farrier will be here. But she looks so much better. I may put a little more oil on that just to keep it from winding back up. But I'm gonna do a little bridle path. And again, some people don't like this, and that's fine. I just think providing a place for the halter to rest kind of looks nice instead of it kind of wadding up under the halter or the bridle. It doesn't hurt them, but they don't like the sound of something cutting up by their ears. She's looking a lot better. And a dewormer. Thank you to those of you that have sent stuff. There you go. Easy peasy lemons. Ooh, are you serious? She just spit out the whole wad of stuff. That's not good. I know she spit it all out because I saw it all come out. So this time I'll try it again. But this time I'll try to hold her mouth shut. Let's try again, and hopefully this time it'll be better. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh. Trying to hold her face up for a minute. Can you swallow? All right. That time she got it. So tell me what you're thinking, guys. Guys, doesn't that hair look pretty? And her bridle path looks all right. It's not perfect, but at least gives it a place for it to rest. Now I'm gonna just brush her off because her hair is pretty matted, and this time of year the winter hair won't come out, so it's not going to be perfect, but it'll look better. Coat was not very healthy because she needed dewormed bad, but she still has a great winter undercoat to keep her warm, so she'll be fine. We're just getting the dead hair off. Man, guys, she's gonna look so pretty. Can you imagine this spring when she's put on about 200 pounds and her hair comes in healthy? She's gonna look amazing. We're improving her looks, but also look, you see how she's calming down and she's just loving being pampered? All of that's part of the process. Giving them love and attention, making them look better. I actually watched something yesterday that I really liked. This horse person said, so if you can't afford an $80,000 barrel horse, treat your $500 horse like it's an $80,000 horse. And I like that. Too often we keep wishing we had nicer, we wish we had a nicer home, another nicer car, whatever. But this lady's point was, let's treat what we do have as if it was the $80,000 barrel horse. Well, guys, look who's here. And so far, I just went and put up another horse, and I come back and he already was holding up Blanca's front foot, so we'll see how she does. Ray is so good. A lot of people have said you should have them trained to pick up their feet before you have a farrier come, and that's probably the truth. But as many as I rescue and as quickly as they come through here, I'm very blessed to have a farrier that works with them for me, and he's just been a real blessing. He's a master at working with these horses. You can see that he just kind of starts messing with their back legs, getting ropes around it, pulling on it, and before long he'll have them picking them up. It's amazing. I've tried the same tactics and they do work, but I just don't make it look as smooth. Ray is a master at this. He looks like he's in his 30s and he's 60 years old, but you would never know it to see him work. But he has years of knowledge. It's very impressive. So she's probably never had her feet done. And here within 30 minutes, she'll have her first trimming job. She sure needs to put on some weight, but that'll come. You have a gift with these horses. The good thing is she is kind. I love how he does that too. He holds one up while he messes with the other one. So impressive. He does in 5 minutes what would take me an hour probably. Yeah, they kept her in the pen because the stallion would chase her away from the herd, so that's why her feet are long. A lot of people ask why the wild horses don't need their feet trimmed, and it's because they keep them filed off on the rocks and the sand. But if you have one in a corral, you've got to take care of their feet. That's why her feet are long, and that's why she's skinny, as she wasn't being fed as good as she should. But she's doing amazing. All right, how's she gonna do with her back feet? So far, she's doing really good. Ray is the master farrier around here.
I heard one of my out there in downtown. I used to go to the house and do shoeing and trimming. But from there, that house, I heard about a high school kid who's going for a farrier school.
Uh-huh.
So I think good. That's why I need help with some.
Yeah.
To relearn it. Do farrier for the people.
You're hoping that there will be a young Navajo farrier take your place one day, huh?
Yeah. Last time I kind of teach him and how to go about it and teach him, so he kind of noticed. So he wants something hard. He wants to go learn more about it. So he went to.
That's awesome. So if any of you Navajo kids out there want to go to farrier school, you could come learn some more from Ray, and you'd have plenty of work. Because Ray will probably have to retire before he's 90, so.
After that boy probably started showing people start knowing him, and then probably I'll quit.
That would be awesome. Guys, I am so impressed. This Blanca has done so good. She's got a clean mane and tail. We've brushed her off. She's got her first trim job. She's been dewormed. And so she's ready to go to a new home whenever we find one. But we'll enjoy having her around as long as she's here. Tell me what you think, guys. She's beautiful. Well, guys, I am so excited. Blanca looks like a new horse with a pedicure and a clean mane and tail, and she is a beautiful filly. I'm gonna put her down here with these two fillies because I think she'll get along better. The older horses were kind of being mean to her.